Hey guys, welcome back to Mobile Dwellings, where we are building out a sweet bluebird transit bus for our friends Katie and Sam. In this video I've got a bunch of little projects to do. Let's get started. So right here we've got our diesel fill, and I've got to basically cover this up, seal it up, secure it. You get to watch. See now why sometimes I just can't explain to you what I'm doing. Did you see that? That was just completely trial and error. I easily could have messed that up and had to start again. I don't know, it worked out pretty good. We've got 2 layers of sheet metal in here. I'm gonna fill all the gaps here with spray foam. So yeah, just experiment. I don't wanna have to build a box that's too high here. So we're essentially gonna cover this, and we're gonna be covering some of this gross stuff anyway. Find a piece of half inch and cut it up. Alright, so I've got this cover made, and now we can get this thing spray foamed in here. Alright guys, you already know what's going to happen next. Pocket screws, baby. Let's go.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So,
It was into pirates right now, huh?
she's really into pirates.
Well, it was Katie's idea to be a pirate, actually. So Katie's actually really.
I'm
No,
really
Katie's
into
into
pirates.
It's at this point in the build when you think that like everything is almost done, when it's really not, because you have a bunch of little tasks like that. For my poor distracted brain, this took me 3 hours to do. I made a box and an insulated cover, and now that fuel cap is gone, and that's great. Alright, so over here Sam is working on this curtain valance. It's gonna hide these nice semi-blackout curtains. They look real good. The cool thing is on top of that is going to be, well, it's already there, strip lights. You can't see them. It's blocked by here, but it allows the light to bounce up and over. It makes for really powerful mood lighting when you set it to say 25%, and task lighting when you've got it on 100%. We're gonna knock out one of these over here. Alright, so before we go too much further, I want to put this compartment up here back into play. Because we furred out the ceiling and bumped out the walls, it doesn't fit anymore. So we're going to have to cut it and adapt it to put it back in here. I'm going to take care of that before we tie into here. Whoa. That's not too bad for a 10-year-old dog. Go now, go! Alright, so I realize it looks like I butchered this a bit, but the situation we have here is that the ceiling slopes down from about there to about there. And obviously we made the whole thing lower, so something has to be adjusted on here. If we cut off the top, then there's really no way to make that look good. And also we would lose this flange that's inside of here to screw this into the ceiling. So we cut off the bottom. The problem with that is that now we are making our square where this door is completely unsquare. Basically, I've cut the heck out of this. I've changed this seam from being part of the gray metal box to being this internal metal box which this door sits in. What's going to happen is this will get faced in plywood. You will still be able to remove this door. This plywood piece and the door will be level with the bus and level with the ground. Up here is a little bit off level, which we never really could have fixed anyway, but I don't think it'll be as noticeable as having a big slant right here. That's why we did this. Okay, so that's pretty much done, and all that was really just so that I could finish putting this last piece right here. Got this little shelf, right, and it's pocket screwed in. We're going to be attaching a piece of wood to the face of it like this. And to do that, Sam's come up with these brackets. Can you see it? Basically, it's just angle brackets holding this to the wall, flush with the piece of wood that we just put up. So let's go ahead and put this piece of wood up. Let's put up some blinds. Hey, Little River, what do you think about the bus? She's excited. Sam's finishing up this table mount right here. He's drilled some holes through this bracket, so we're going to screw the tabletop onto the bracket. We're adding a little bit of silicone. For some reason it makes us feel better. Kind of take the metal wood contact.
I'm loving this table.
Oh yeah.
It looks so good. It's got such old school diner vibes.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it does.
You
Yeah.
really, Sam aced the dinette. Look at that thing.
Well, thank you.
Everything's looking so good with a nice layer of polyurethane.
Everything looks so integrated.
Yeah, it's like wood, one piece
It's
of wood going down the
crazy.
whole bus.
Bye bye.
She says, bye guys, keep up the good work.
Be installing this wonderful, thin, lightweight cork flooring. This is a great product, provides a little bit of insulation, very aesthetically pleasing, should be easy to install. Is that for me?
Yeah.
Thanks, baby. I appreciate that so much.
Where's Sam?
In his office. Thanks for the smoothie, baby.
If it gets too cold, just put it on the counter.
Okay, good advice. So the first thing we have to do is prep our subfloor for this flooring. We did a glue down floating subfloor. It didn't work in a few locations, especially because we installed the plywood lengthwise instead of horizontally. Would have been better results horizontally like we did in Gilligan Phantom. So we do have some seams that we unfortunately need to put some screws into so that they don't bounce long term and so that they are completely level. So that's the first thing we're going to be doing. How's that sound?
Great! Clear the way.
Great job, Noah. This one now is rock solid and totally level, so that's good. We don't want any bounce in this floor. And this one, yeah, no bounce, but it's not level. So that's it. It's really just these three seams that we had to deal with. Luckily, everything else is very much pinned down by all the things that we built in here. The walls, the furniture, the cabinets, they all pin the flooring down. So I'm still not really sure yet how I'm going to hide this and still make it accessible, but as you can see, it is pretty level and it doesn't really rock. It just moves back and forth. So it's your happy birthday, got your birthday hat on.
Look how excited she is when she gets her deer.
A little anxious about this. I have actually never laid a floor before. It's always tough to do something the first time. Really just gotta get into it. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Just get it done. Alright, let's do it.
Everyone, welcome to Daddy. Daddy, say hello.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Daddy and Nova, working on the bus.
Alright guys, so my technique for making most of these cuts, basically using a really sharp box cutter. I place the piece that I need to fit underneath the tiles that I currently have in place, like this. And now I have the line that I need to make this piece fit in here. But when I've cut the line, because this edge will not be perfect, and this one is, I flip it around so that this perfect edge aligns with this perfect edge. So far that's working for all the places that I can do this. There will be other locations that I will just have to kind of like measure and then guess how it'll fit, like under there for example. Alright, so we've made it this far, and basically at this point I have cuts that I need to make where I essentially just need to measure them and then cut them. That's what we're going to do. We're going to measure some spots and use the table saw to cut. It's looking pretty good in here.
It looks really good.
Good. Check it out, guys. Oh my gosh! That is so cool! You made that?
It's something I've been working on for like days.
Cool. It was worth it. Alright guys, so it's time to glue down this floor. To do that we have this adhesive from Home Depot. It's called Roberts 7399. It says that it'll work for Cork flooring. So we're going to be basically putting down this adhesive, letting it dry a little bit, but still placing our floor tiles when it is a little bit wet. Well, that's basically the floor done. Really happy with this flooring option. I will link to it below. It is only 3/8 thick, very light. That one box covered this whole 32.5-foot rear engine bus, and you lose like no headspace. So I think it looks pretty good. I will probably be trimming out these steps right here and also that seat platform with some kind of brass tack on metal strips. But that's the floor. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hit that like button if you got some value from this video. Hit subscribe if you want to see more. We'll see you next time. Peace.